All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're going on a visual journey that is going to transform you from staring blankly at a white screen into a totally confident design hero. We're going step by step to master Canva.
So let me ask you a question right out of the gate. Do you want to create beautiful, professional-looking designs without having to learn complicated, super expensive software? I mean, of course you do, right? Well, the ultimate relief here is that you need absolutely zero design experience to get started. Literally none. If you can point and click a mouse, you can create stunning visual content.
Here's our roadmap for today. 1. The basics. 2. The core rules, aka crap. 3. The toolkit. 4. The superpowers, like AI and video. And 5. The output.
So let's kick things off with Section 1, the basics.
When you're picking the right tool for the job, it really helps to know what it was actually built for. Canva's huge strength is that it operates entirely in your web browser. No heavy software required whatsoever. It's an absolute powerhouse for visual design, flyers, social media posts, and super fast layouts. But it definitely has its limitations. It's not ideal for typing up a 20-page essay or creating an automated tracking system-friendly resume. For those text-heavy documents, Microsoft Word is still going to be your best friend. Basically, you want to choose Canva when your primary goal is visual impact.
Now, let's talk tiers. Canva is incredibly generous with its free tier. You get basic design tools, thousands of templates, and 5 gigabytes of online storage. And honestly, it is genuinely enough for most beginners. But if you upgrade to the Pro tier, you unlock the real heavy hitters. We're talking magic design, one-click background removal, brand kits to keep your visual identity consistent, and a massive 1 terabyte of online storage.
And to put that into perspective, that Pro tier comes in at just $15 a month. So look, if you're a casual user, absolutely stick to the free version. But if you're running a small business, doing heavy social media management, or creating daily content, that $15 pays for itself incredibly fast just in the sheer amount of time you save.
Moving right along to Section 2, master the core rules.
Okay, I want you to remember this highly memorable and, yes, slightly provocative acronym. CRAP. It stands for contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. These 4 principles are essentially your ultimate design cheat sheet. Let's break them down one by one. First up is contrast, which is all about making things pop and guiding the viewer's eye. You do this by pairing a massive, bold, dark title with smaller, lighter, regular weight body text. Contrast tells your audience exactly what is most important and what they need to look at first. Next is repetition. This basically means making your design consistent by actively limiting yourself. You want to stick to a maximum of 2 or 3 complementary font families and colors. If you use 10 different fonts and a literal rainbow of random colors all on one page, your design is going to look like a chaotic ransom note. Repetition builds a cohesive, trustworthy visual brand.
Then we have alignment. This one is all about keeping your design beautifully clean. Whether you line items up on the left, the right, or perfectly center them, alignment creates an invisible structure. And a really cool thing in Canva is that as you drag elements around, they actually visually snap into place along these invisible grids to help you keep everything perfectly neat and tidy.
Finally, proximity. Simply put, group related items close together. For instance, if you're designing an event flyer, the date, time, and location should live right next to each other in one single visual block. Adding physical space between different sections of information makes the whole flyer instantly easier to read and digest.
All right, that brings us to Section 3, the toolkit.
Let's start by talking about text hierarchy. It outlines the logical progression of how a viewer actually processes information. You really need 3 distinct tiers. Your title should be the largest and boldest. It captures attention immediately. Your subtitle or heading is medium-sized, providing context and making the page super easy to scan. And finally, your body text is a standard size designed purely for legibility so you can present your detailed core content.
Now hey, if creating that perfect hierarchy from scratch sounds a little intimidating, just take a breath. You never have to face a terrifying blank page. Canva gives you thousands upon thousands of pre-made professional templates. They already have fantastic font pairings and color palettes built right in. All you do is select one and swap in your own text and pictures. It's a literal instant professional starting point.
And to elevate those designs even further, you can use image frames to drop photos into unique shapes, like circles, Polaroids, or stars, and adjust the transparency so your text is easy to read. But listen closely because this is probably the most important tool in your kit:
white space. Please, whatever you do, don't cram every single inch of the page. Leaving empty space allows your design to actually breathe and totally prevents visual clutter.
Okay, let's get into the really fun stuff. Section 4, the superpowers. First up is this built-in AI feature called Magic Design. Guys, it is wild how this works. Imagine just typing a simple text prompt, like event flyer for a community cooking class. Magic Design instantly takes those words and automatically generates complete, varied design templates or even full presentation outlines for you. It builds the whole starting point in seconds, saving you hours of brainstorming.
Then there's text to image, which is part of their Magic Media Suite. Have you ever needed a highly specific picture for a project, but you just couldn't find it in any stock photo library? Well, you just type a description into Canva, something as wild and specific as a friendly cat wearing a tiny hat, and the AI generates a completely unique, original graphic for you right on the spot. Absolutely no drawing skills required.
Next is Magic Write. Think of this guy as your personal, built-in copywriter. It helps generate catchy headlines, summarize long blocks of text, or brainstorm ideas directly inside your design canvas. But remember, you definitely always want to review and refine the AI's text. It's a fantastic, powerful assistant, but you still need to ensure it sounds exactly like you and fits your specific message perfectly.
And you know what? These superpowers aren't just for static images either. You can use these exact same drag and drop tools to create dynamic presentations with super smooth slide transitions. You can even create short, under 60-second social media videos. You just drop in your video clips, add some text, maybe throw in a cool animation, and sync the whole thing to built-in background music for highly engaging TikToks or Instagram Reels. Which brings us to our final stretch, Section 5, Collaborate and Share. Canva actually makes your output incredibly versatile. For collaboration, you can literally just share a web link to let your friends, teachers, or colleagues view, comment on, or even directly edit the design with you in real time. And when it's finally time to save, you have options tailored exactly to your needs. Download as a PDF standard for clean, printable documents, snag a crisp PNG or JPG for bright social media graphics, or export an MP4 if you've added animations and built a dynamic video clip. It adapts to whatever you need.
Well, that leaves us right here. You are no longer staring at a blank screen. You've got the fundamental design rules, remember, crap. You completely understand the drag and drop toolkit, and you have actual AI magic literally at your fingertips. You are fully empowered to open a blank canvas and start creating immediately. So I guess the only question left to answer is, what will your first design be? Thanks for exploring this amazing tool with me today, and happy designing.